Xbox is a great platform for gamers, but there's some stuff on it that's not so great. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on gameranx, 5 things Xbox gamers hate. Number 5, for all the people who enjoyed using Kinect voice commands with their Xbox One,
Xbox on.
Can't use them with Xbox One S or One X. There's no plug for it, there's no way to plug it in. I mean, there is an adapter that is out there, but it's not official. You have to find a third-party one, which, is of course quite annoying. Now, there are a couple of solutions. For instance, any microphone-equipped headset will actually perform the duty of the Kinect voice commands. However, it won't turn the console on, which obviously was one of the things that was kind of cool about Kinect. One of the very few things, the voice commands. And I mean, a lot of people got invested in Kinect just doing that stuff, which I don't really enjoy the Kinect personally, but I do like those voice commands. They are cool, and I don't use them all the time, but I certainly do use them sometimes. And I'll admit, I mainly use them on a microphone-equipped headset. I'm not personally one of the people who turns on with voice commands, but I've talked to more than a couple of people who do that and really like it on account it kind of gets through all of the animations and stuff, perhaps before they even sit down, which is nice, obviously. Number 4 is sponsored ads on the dashboard. And I understand that advertising is part of the revenue model for a large portion of the gaming world, including us here at gameranx. That's a true thing. Do they need to be on the dashboard? I'm sure I could make any number of cases as to what the problem with advertising is in general, but
Star Wars Battlefront 2? Stacked!
to me, it seems like there is not much to even navigate around to say what's wrong with putting sponsored ads on the dashboard of the gaming console. I mean, unless you gave me the gaming console for free, which you didn't, Microsoft, I don't really understand why you would think that this is an appropriate channel for monetization. I mean, I understand why it would be an effective one. When you turn on the console and get the dashboard, you're thinking, what should I do? And half of those ads are for something to do, another game, or perhaps something to watch, an activity, even in some cases food. I'm not saying it's not effective, I'm saying it's super annoying to turn on my console and have a square filled up by Mountain Dew. Number 3, too many games get canceled on the Xbox platform, and I really don't want to get into too much detail on specific games because I know that everybody kind of has their pet game that they were really hoping was going to come out. For me, it was Platinum Games Scalebound, for instance. But for whatever reason, this generation in particular has just been wrought with cancellations. Honestly, I feel like we could do an entire video on this. I feel like there's probably a lot more to this than just, hey, a lot of games don't end up getting made, because Platinum Games isn't exactly a nobody developer. And other cancellations are pretty much on that level as well. We saw some pretty big titles just get wiped out, most of them exclusives that would have been receiving a certain amount of money from Microsoft for development, which I assume has something to do with their cancellation. Still, we don't know what. And then there's the first-party titles, which probably started as tech demos that they thought were going to be good, and then a little ways into the development process realized they would be not good, or even bad. I mean, it's probably the modern console that's had the most cancellations by far. Number 2 is crossplay cheaters. Now, there was a really big, and I think righteous amount of anger over including crossplay on Sony's platform. However, in some cases you can actually understand what Sony's argument against it was, though I may not agree with the argument personally. There is some annoying stuff that comes along with crossplay, particularly if you intermingle PC and console. If PC players are playing with console players, the PC players have, well, let's just say a little more access to the runtimes of the game, the executables, the internal files, so to speak. And while anti-cheat stuff is getting better, stuff like Sea of Thieves, I mean, a console player has no chance against somebody who is playing from a PC with an aimbot, and that sucks. And like I said, anti-cheat is being worked on a pretty constant basis, but people evade that stuff, people get around it, and it creates a really uneven experience between PC and console players. At least cheating PC players anyhow. And finally, number 1 is not enough exclusives, and I feel like this one really hit hard this year. Because while there have been some decent exclusives on the Xbox, we've also seen God of War this year. We've seen Spider-Man as well. Spider-Man's a great game. I mean, we've seen some heavy hitters this year. And like, as you might know, I am somebody who's wanted to play Crackdown 3 for longer than I think is right. And I'm not saying that there's nothing good as far as Xbox exclusives go. I mean, if we include timed exclusives, there's actually some great stuff that Xbox players got long before PlayStation players. But like if you go back to last year, there was Horizon Zero Dawn. If you go to next year, there's Last of Us 2, maybe, hopefully. They haven't actually given us even a year yet, so it's not like I'm going to be too disappointed if we don't see it next year, but Sony has kept a pretty steady flow of exclusives that have really made it look like a good platform. I mean, Bloodborne is still only playable on the PlayStation platform and the PC, kinda. But obviously there's a lot of positive aspects to playing games on the Xbox as well. So we don't want to go too hard in it, but what are some of the things that you hate about playing games on the Xbox platform, which, might I remind, is not a dig on the platform. We're all using it, we all know it, we all enjoy it. There's just stuff on every platform that isn't great. So leave us a comment, and if you like this video, click like, and if you want to see our new uploads every single day, don't forget to click subscribe and make sure to click the notification bell. As always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter @FalconTheHero, and we'll see you next time right here on gameranx.